Hey, howdy and happy day. Is it a happy day for Canada? The U.S. should be concerned about Canada as well. It's like if your neighbor is doing Satan things to all of your kids when they kind of walk down the street, they influence them. It's a big influence. And then they hand out at Halloween apples with razor blades in them. Another bad influence, right? You should always be interested in and concerned about your neighbors. And Canadians, with regards to your country, y'all gotta be really concerned. Canada is just, it's a disaster. I mean, I don't believe anything that comes out of the government's mouth there. I mean, they have polls all of the time. You have to read them and it kind of does influence you, but then you think about it and can it be true? The most recent poll done by Gallup apparently is that the Chinese Communist Party has a higher approval rating than the United States President Donald Trump among Canadians. I mean, come on, are you kidding me? I mean, most Canadians are in favor of the communist system over a capitalist system. Really? Are they really blinded by the fact that, hey, I don't like Trump? Are they blinded by that? Because it goes on, it's a little deeper, and it really is about capitalism, not just Trump. It's about capitalism versus communism, and Canadians are saying, we embrace that? Again, I don't believe it. I know a lot of Canadians, and I don't just buy into that stuff, but that's what's being said. If you control the press and control the media, you influence everyone that reads it or listens to it or watches it. And that's what's going on in Canada. I got to say that UFOs have been spotted apparently going over Canada. I think that if there's a group of funny little green guys in that spaceship and they look down and see all this communist behavior that is going on in Canada, they'll speed up. I don't think they want any part of it. So Canadians, I think you're safe with regard to that. You have a nurse in British Columbia. Recently, she was suspended from her work and fined $95,000. $95,000. That's a lot of dough, right? Because she defended the right of women to access female-only spaces. And the government says, hey, you can't do that. I mean, it's for everyone to go into the bathroom. I mean, men can say, I'm a woman now for a while at least, and he can go into the room and do his scouting or perverting or do whatever it is that he wants to do legally. And this woman stood up to that. Many are, but she was penalized. You stand up to things in Canada, and again, Americans, watch out for your neighbor because he influences you. He truly does. They come down and they go on vacation into the U.S. and they tell people how great it is. Cha-cha. Back to this poor girl, she's appealing because she says biology matters. That's reality. And so does freedom of expression, but not in Canada today. I think you'll lose the appeal. I'm glad you're doing it. But I don't see how you can win in a country that says, hey, you can't even have a religious talker come to my province. This happened recently in Nova Scotia and every other province too, I think, because you have values that we don't agree on. Guess what his values were? Capitalism. He's in favor of Trump and his administration, but he likes capitalism, and he speaks to that. And the Canadian government is saying, you can't come and deliver this message because that's not us. Well, it's not you in terms of being the little group of politicians, but I do think it is the people, but they're controlling everything. Freedom of speech, there's no defense. You can't speak, you can't defend your life. It's pretty wild stuff what's going on up there. And it's been hidden. It's been well hidden because Canadians think that they have rights because they are influenced by American television. They see somebody, breaks into somebody's house and the guy shoots them and you're allowed to do that. And they think, well, I can do that too. No, you can't. Hey, then there's immigration. The Canadian system has changed. The structure, the culture, it's all changed. I mean, there's millions and millions of people that have been allowed into the country. They don't speak English. I think every service industry in America, in Canada, is now, for the most part, managed by people from East India. Good workers, nice people, but the ones that are here don't speak English. And the Canadians no longer have a job. These people control the industry of service. Every restaurant. I was recently at an A&W in Canada and a big sign up, Canadian owned and operated. They're proud of that. And I went in and nobody spoke my language. And I looked around and said, what? Am I in India? And so the Canadian system is been turned over. The service industry is gone. You can travel the country and you don't know what anyone is saying. And what is going on? That's immigration. The Liberals have a plan. It's a plan to destroy what was there. And it's working. Again, don't take what I say out of context. Come from India, come from China, come from the moon, from Mars, but speak the language and kind of do what everyone does. Instead, you walk into these stores and the smell of food is different than the smell of food from Old and Cha-Cha. You get it. Now, 19% of Canadians' private sector workforce is temporary foreign workers, and Canada currently has over 3 million temporary residents to work with permits, right? More or less. The reliance on temporary labor is a very significant part of the Canadian economy. Again, America and other countries too need to take note of this, what's going on. I know little towns that I've been to, little cities, I should say, of 150,000 people that may have up to 10 recovery centers for drug heads. And there's probably 50 men in each. That's 500 men. And that same town will import 300 people from Jamaica or Mexico or someplace to come in and pick apples or do whatever. Okay, what about the 500 men that are sitting there? Bah! What are they doing? They're drinking lattes and they're talking about how bad it is that I'm a victim now. They're drug heads, for heaven's sakes. You want to get cured? Go to bloody work. Go and pick some apples and cherries and different things. But again, governments just don't get it. They don't get it. They're dumb as sticks and it's not very nice. And now you have in the United Kingdom, the government there has said, I want the voting age to be 16. Of course they do, because they want to be elected forever. They be in the left wing whack, okay? Because 16-year-olds, 50, what? Can they really make a decision? And they go on to say, well, they can drive a car then. Okay, but do they know enough about politics? Some might, but most of them don't. But now you have a guy in Canada, a senator, saying, what a great idea. We want to do that too. Why not? Everything else is all screwed up. You might as well have a bunch of little kids who don't even shave yet, running the country. Dumb as forever. You know, in Canada, another interesting thing is cigarettes and smoking material. They hide it behind curtains in stores, and they've outlawed the menthol cigarettes and anything with flavor to it, because that's not nice. But yet they encourage cannabis stores. So you have marijuana pictures up in the window with flavored, joints, and you get the same kind of smoke and everything else. Why do they do that? And then you go to the major cities like Vancouver and others, they'll give you free heroin. I mean, I used to drink a lot with both hands when I was young. I wish there was a town that gave free booze. I mean, maybe that's next. I mean, I'd still be drinking if it was free. Come on, this is just great. That's Canada. So all of you neighbors, I guess it's just one, just watch out what your neighbor's doing. In Canada, watch what your neighbor is doing. They're capitalists, and it's working. And all you guys who say, I hate Trump, step back. I'm Canadian. I'm also American. I'm a dual citizen, so I'm wearing two hats. But wearing my Canadian hat, I step back and I say, even if I didn't like Trump, I'm jealous of him. I'm very jealous because he says America first. There's no one in Canada that says Canada first. So be jealous and look for somebody in Canada to do what he's doing in America. And then you all would have a good day. Hey, see ya.